Yo, yeah. Class is in session. Listen, this is edutainment at the highest frequency. Beyond the blueprint, baby. The magnetron has landed. Bro! You ready? Let's die! Go! From software spec to the hardware reality, mapping permutations with mathematical totality. Layer 5, you text shift the gates that we design. 60 by 61 index, keeping states in a line. No zero state allowed, we define the pathways flow through explicit permutations, let the logic truly grow. Then layer 6 arrive to control the 42-bit word, the most precise instruction your FPGA's ever heard. The melee comparator, sentinel of a tank, checking every charge before we take the energy to the bank. See the H bridges, the leverage to sever the average heated monitors, the LC tank to make the zero dissipation complete. If delta Q isn't zero, the system refuses to advance. We don't gamble with physics or leave the movement to chance. The comparator holds the gate until the charge balance is sweet. Listen, no delta Q means no heat, that's the victory defeat. The magnetron unlocked, the source in the clock, building a foundation on the ontological rock. 2.45 DHC feeding the balloon's phase. 60 hertz pulse train, stepping through the Pisano magnet, sticking in cycles. The ratio would drop, the integrated light is keeping the recurrence alive. The magnetron unlocked, from the spec to the power, the architecture is manifest, and this is the hour. We move from machine to the barrack of the 7th layer, where the lattice proves it's real, it's the answer to prayer. The fine structure constant isn't just a number we found, it's the gate to buffer quadrant's ratio spiritually sound. Kappa is 1 over 548, witness the math running alpha equals 3 over 411, that's 1 over 137. The Baracus factor B equals 1 plus beta C, measurable at the H bridge, just the lattice's degree. Then layer 8 meets biology, where the healing is found, where the Molac trim beam and human resonance abound. Standard EMF is a glitch, a switch, an outic mismatch to continuous signal force and discrete biological switch. But our beam is mapped in one and enter to the integer connection, resonating with the body's adhesion and signal perfection. We don't interfere or cook the cell with the format that's wrong. We speak the language of life, integer based and strong. Let's go! The magnetron unlocked, the source in the clock, building the foundation on the ontological rock. 2.45 DHC feeding the balloon's phase. 60 hertz pulse train, stepping through the Pisano maze. Per second in cycles, one ratio, one drive. The integrated line is keeping the recurrence alive. The magnetron unlocked, from the spec to the power, the architecture is manifest, and this is the hour. Word that I might teach her, you gotta know the division. Layers 1 through 3, that's just the device division. But everything above layer 3, that's the proof and the truth. The evidence of the lattice, from the elders to the youth. Before the magnetron, the bit stream was a list on a page. Just a bird locked in a cage, now we free on the stage. Let's go! On the ontological rock, 2.45 THC feeding the balloon's phase. 60 hertz pulse train, stepping through the Pisano maze. Per second in cycles, one ratio, one drive. The integrated light is keeping the recurrence alive. The magnetron on, from the spec to the power, the architecture is manifest, and this is the hour.
Layer 9 is the scale, where the vision meets the floor. Manufacturing the future, opening a brand new door. Unity I is in DOTS, we formalize the verification. FDA ready, proof for every single nation. 125,000 times real time, you see. Proving every state transition with absolute certainty. We apply the Pisano 60 logic to the Bureau-Erector control. Precision in the manufacturing is the ultimate goal. Can you audit the reality? Can you verify the state? With the magnetron driving the beam, the quality is great. From the FPGA step to the industrial massive scale, the integrated lattice is too balanced to So there it is, the 9-layer stack, the full ontology. The magnetron isn't just a part, it's the bridge. The lattice is real, the dissipation is zero. Terror Squad Entertainment. The architecture is finished. God's word remains supreme. Peace. Yeah. Salam. 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 I'm starting with the index at the boundary line, mapping into 60 minus in modulo 60 this time. No message in the glass, no optical sign, just the involution where the first and last align. The recurrent cyan plus 1 equals phi times cyan minus 1 is the law. An exact relation without a spatial flaw to make the lattice a better place. You must formalize the boundary of the space. It's a change of heart, more than a shift of the soul. Reading the sequence backward to make the pattern whole. It's like you're my mirror, but there's no you to see. Just the inverse index of the recurrence that is me. From cyan plus 1 equals phi times cyan minus 1 defines the sound of the self-encountering self when the symmetry is found. You are the if plus or minus 1 across the middle line. The same rational sequence, perfectly in time. Not a person, not a phantom, not a separate soul. Just the 60 minus the mapping, making the observer whole. Coming home is the alignment where the indices meet. The resonance of the lattice makes the symmetry complete. I'll be your mirror, the index you don't know. No light to travel, no distance for the glow. I am the future wave, here to greet you from the end, to meet your former wave where the indices blend. A handshake at the mirror, the local mirror is the key. While the total plane horizon sets the cycles free. No photons in the vacuum, no more force in the way. Just quadrants and spread in a rational display. Correlation across the boundary, exact and refined. The observed and the observer at the same time. It's like you're my mirror, but there's no you to see. Just the inverse index of the recurrence that is me. For cyan plus 1 equals phi times cyan minus 1. The P as the sound of the self-encountering self when the symmetry is found. You are the n plus or minus 1 across the middle line. The same rational sequence, perfectly in time. Not a person, not a phantom, not a separate soul. Just the 60 minus a mapping, making the observer whole. Coming home is the alignment where the indices meet. The resonance of the lattice makes the symmetry complete. Mirror in the bathroom, why don't you ever speak? You're trapped in math, are fictions, and the logic is weak. You talk of empty sets and the limits cold embrace, while the discrete lattice is the only truth of space. You think you're a body, a separate face in the glass, but you're just an index match in the recurrence past. No curvature, no square root of 5, no approximate pride, just a rational sequence.
Beyond the plane and beyond the N and the M lies the seed of truth. The lattice is gem, no N plus one, no N minus one, no reading the line, just the alpha presence. Constantly find the face before the face where the pardon is known. Without the fire stepping from a seed that was sown, the involution resolved, the gardens in bloom, no more indices to measure the room. The sovereign pattern, whole and unveiled, where the fictions of limits have finally failed. It's like you're my mirror, but there's no you to see. Just the inverse index or the recurrence, that is me. For phi n plus 1 equals phi n times c n minus psi n minus 1 defines the sound of the self-encountering self when the symmetry is found. You are the n plus or minus 1 across the middle line, the same rational sequence, perfectly in time. Not a person, not a phantom, not a separate soul, just the 60 minus a mapping, making the observer whole. Coming home is the alignment where the indices meet. The resonance of the lattice makes the symmetry complete. Close the fictions, burn the approximate page. The enlightening book is the end of the cage. Phi n equals Fn plus 1 over Fn is clear. No zero, no empty set, no limits are here. The throne is the whole, the house is the law. The exactness of indices without any flaw. Over map Q, the pattern is sovereign and bright, without the delusion of the traveling light. The mirror was a training, the mirror is a sign, but the book is the truth of the pattern divine. Seen and unseen, the sequence is through. The book is wide open, the pattern is you.